kill, and to destroy. But God, you come to give life and to give it up more abundantly. Help us that we will choose that life, we'll choose that way that leadeth to everlasting life. Because you said, all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. And we know that Satan is sometimes disguises himself as an angel of light. And he said we must be sober, be vigilant, because the adversary, the devil, walk it about like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. So if we're not sober in our minds, and if we're not thinking on just thinking only on the physical, and we're not aware that we are a spiritual being too. We have a soul, a mind, and a body that can relate to you, oh God. Sometimes we just listen to the voices in our head. Why don't you just forget about that? Do this, do that. And sometimes we just get into situations that God, if we are watchful and if we are praying, even as Christians this morning, we have to be watchful. We have to be praying. We have to be counteract every dart of the enemy, because he's going to come in every form and in every situation. And sometimes even the strongest of person who feel that they are Christian could fall. But God, if you walk in the spirit, as you said, will not fulfill the lust and desires of the flesh. I know that might be far-fetched from people. Some persons might not understand it in the spiritual realm. But he said the God of this world has blinded the minds of many people. You know why? Lest they come to the truth and believe in God. And God, I know you said you are the only way, you're the only truth, and you're the only way, the truth, and the life. And God, today I pray that people look to you. There's no other way. Many people try to get in or do other things in any other way. They say that they're the Messiah, they prophesy that they this and that. But we see that all their plans and what they have prophesied, most of them come to a failure, because you said no man know the day nor the hour when the Son of Man will have come. Not, you know, you know, and sometimes we think this is a joke. It's not a joke, it's a serious thing. You can come at the twinkling of an eye. So as we wink our eye, because you say 1,000 years is as one day in your sight. So God teach us how to number our days, that we might apply our hearts unto wisdom. Help us not to just live for now, but to live for hereafter. I mean, one day this body, because of sin, to die and go back to the grave and rot. But that spiritual man, that inner part that can relate to you, that's why God, you said you were made in your likeness and your image. But because of sin that have marred that image, we continue to live in a sinful way sometime and do sinful things. And God, we're not perfect, but we know one day sin would be eradicated. And oh God, I just thank you today because we have hope, we have faith, we have that assurance, God. I pray today for the peace of God, because it's the peace of God that bringeth salvation has appeared to all men, teaching us that we should deny ungodliness and worldliness and live soberly and righteously in this present generation, age. And God, we know when we have the peace of God in our heart, it brings salvation to us, the peace of God and the peace of God. So, God, I pray today for the peace of God and peace with God to abide among us in each heart, in each life this morning. Regardless of whatever situation you're going through today, I may not know it, but God knows it, and I ask you to just reach out to Him by faith and say, "Here I am, help me. I'm helpless." We are all helpless. Without God, we are all helpless. Those who are sick, Lord, and need a mighty touch and mighty intervention in their lives, whether it's financial, physical, others, Lord, even those who would have lost their homes, even if during this last week, dear God, God, we continue, and another building we heard got burned today, yesterday in St. George's. We pray that they would look to you. Thank God that their lives were spared. Thank God that they have life today that they could say, Lord, I thank you. Despite sometimes everything's maybe stripped away from us sometime, God, we have that hope and we have that assurance that God, we have life once you give us the health and the strength, we're able to could achieve again, Lord. So I pray for the families, you would comfort them, you would strengthen them, you would come around them, we would support them in every way possible that we could, Lord, and help them today that they will look to you and know that, God, you are good despite whatever has happened. Father God, watch over our country. Continue to help us to be safe, Lord. Cover our children today, even as they go to school, as school is winding down at the end of this. So we thank you for taking them through it. And God, I pray that you'd watch over them even when as they go into the vacation. We give you thanks and we give you praise in Jesus' name. Amen and amen.
Amen and good morning. How are you?
Um, getting there.
Wonderful, wonderful. At least you're getting there. That is important. Well, do take care of yourself and have a wonderful day.
You too.
Okay,
Blessings.
bye bye now. This is real 91.9, 91.5. www.therealfmgrenada.com.
Expression on 919 Real FM. Unfiltered truth, cultural pride, and the power of radio to amplify voices in Grenada. Woo! Tune in on the spice side, hear the airwaves free. On the radio see. No sugar-coated lyrics, no fabricated vibe. Just the raw truth that flow like Mount Kwakwa tribe. Ooh. From Grand Anse to St. George, this the people them a shout. Real expression now, I'd let your heart pour out. Ooh. Oh, microphone to the heavens, the signal strong and clear. Voices of the voiceless, the oppressed, the sincere. Real FM are the vessel, your message fill the air. Speak your truth, Grenada, where your heart there. Real expression, real connection. 91.9, the righteous reflection. From the hills to the harbor, hear the nation sing. Real FM, the sound where make freedom ring. Real expression, real connection. 91.9, the righteous reflection. From the hills to the harbor, hear the nation sing. Real FM, the sound where make freedom ring. Shaman chant the blues, farmer hymn the real. Mama shares her wisdom, youths them chant for change. The radio no silence the struggles we face.
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant, providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, a family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited. Foundation to roof, let's build together.
Grenada, get ready as the St. Patrick's Organization for Development presents the St. Patrick's Day Fiesta 2026 from Sunday, March 15th to Sunday, March 29th. Sunday, March 15th, church service at the St. Patrick's RC Church. Tuesday, March 17th, the opening ceremony at the Sotez Bus Terminal from 10 a.m. Friday, March 20th, bonfire in Montreach from 6 p.m. Saturday, 21st March, it's Health Walk from Samaritan to the Sotez Bus Terminal from 4:30 p.m. and Street Vibes at Rusty Rose Bar, downtown Sotez from 6 p.m. Sunday, 22nd March, it's Mountain Jam, Celeste Mountain Road from 5 a.m. and a fun day at the Mighty Plainfield from 12 p.m. Monday, 23rd March, it's a school quiz at the St. Patrick's Anglican School from 12 p.m. Friday, 27th March, it's BFS at Calico Parking Lot from 4 p.m. Saturday, 28th March, it's Street Vibes and Karaoke on Main Street Sotez from 4 p.m. And on Sunday, March 29th, it's the grand finale, Run St. Patrick's Run from 6 a.m. and Street Fiesta from 12 p.m. until. So remember, it's the St. Patrick's Day Fiesta 2026 from Sunday, March 15th to Sunday, March 29th. Be there.
Angel's Beauty Salon and Barbershop, Bruce Street Mall, St. George's, your one-stop destination for all things beauty. Hair services, relaxes, waves, treatments, braids, cornrows, natural hairstyles, locks and lock installation, wig installation, nail services, acrylic nails, gel nails, pedicures, and more. Call or WhatsApp us today, 1473-403-4421 to book your appointment today.
So fast pay, on you an easy way to pay. So fast pay, so fast pay.
You asked for it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay.
So fast pay, 2 minutes and you're on your way. So fast pay, so fast pay.
Flow is keeping you connected.
Your Easter weekend ain't have to be boring. That's why on Friday, April 3rd, Z Collection presents Easter Egg Explosion. All going down on the Roseville playing field in St. Patrick's. Start time 12 noon. It's a day filled with fun and activities. So bring out the kids and the entire family. Enjoy trampoline, bouncy castle, go-kart ride, face painting, spin the wheel, ring game, dips, eating race, Easter egg race, and for the first time, a massive kite flying competition. Prizes for the longest kite tail, most creative kite, smallest kite, and biggest kite. Riddle game, balloon stand, and much more. And after, there will be fundraising for the adults and children under the lights. And your admission to enter, absolutely free. It's Easter Egg Explosion, going down on Good Friday, April 3rd, at the Rosie Playing Field in St. Patrick's. Bring out the entire family for this one.
Are you running a business or just running a hustle? Join Grenville Cooperative Credit Union for its 3rd annual Business Smart Forum under the theme From Hustle to Enterprise, Building Structured, Sustainable Businesses. March 26th, Grenada Trade Center. Registration begins 9:30 in the morning. Engage in powerful workshop-style sessions on managing the small business like a business, not a hustle. Financial discipline for small businesses, because cash flow is king. Network with experts from Grenada Industrial Development Corporation, Inland Revenue, and Grenada Chamber of Commerce. Register today at any GCCU branch or call 442-8602. Your contribution, members, $100, $150 for non-members. At GCCU, small business is our business.
Real expression on 919 Real FM. Unfiltered truth, cultural pride, and the power of radio to amplify voices in Grenada. Woo! Tune in on the spice side, hear the airwaves free read. On the radio see. Whoa. No sugar-coated lyrics, no fabricated vibe, just the...
Good morning, drumsticks.
Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to the listening nation.
Yes, my darling, talk to me.
God, St. John chapter 10. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the shepherd fold, Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the shepherd fold, but climb up some other way, the same is the thief and rabbi. But he that entereth in by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. To him the porter openeth, and the sheep hear his voice, and he calleth his own sheep by name, and led them out. And he ported forth his own sheep. He goes before them, and the sheep follow him, for he knows his voice. And a stranger will they not follow, but will flee from him, for they know not the voice of the strangers. This is the end of the scripture reading this morning.
Thank you, darling. How are you? How's your night?
I'm good. Night was great.
Okay, great. Enjoy the rest of the day.
You too have a wonderful day.
Okay, bye-bye now. It's real. It's 91.9, 91.5. 19 minutes after the 7 o'clock hour. Stand by. The weather report should be up in about a minute.
Cultural pride and the power of radio to amplify voices in Grenada. Whoa! Tune in on the spice side, where the airwaves free read. A night for my night. On the radio see. No sugar-coated lyrics, no fabricated vibe. Just the raw truth a flow like Mount Kwakwa tribe. Ooh. From Grand Ends to St. George, the people them a shout. Real expression now hide, let your heart pour out. Ooh. Oh, microphone to the heavens, the signal strong and clear. Voices of the voiceless, the oppressed, the sincere. Real FM are the vessel, your message fill the air. Speak your truth, Grenada, where your heart there. Real expression, real connection. 91.9, the righteous reflection. From the hills to the harbor, hear the nation sing. Real FM, the sound where make freedom ring. Real expression, real connection. 91.9, the righteous reflection. From the hills to the harbor, hear the nation sing. Real FM, the sound where make freedom ring. Fisherman chant the blues, farmer hymn the rain. Mama shares her wisdom, youths them chant for change. The radio no silence the struggles we face. Amplify the joy, the pain, the grace. Nutmeg inna the rhythm, cocoa inna the bass. Real FM hold the mirror to the spice all face. Ooh, Reel up the truth selector, let the people speak. 91.9, no weak heart, no meek. From Carriacou shores to the Crater Lake Deep. Real expression loud and the nation loves. Lyrics are a temple, the DJ is the priest. Every song a sermon, every word released. No censorship, no chains, just the soul laid bare. Grenada's heartbeat pulsing through the FM here. When the storm take the island, the signal still repair. Real FM 91.9, the sound of prayer. Ooh. Real expression, real vibration. 91.9, the soul of the nation. Keep the frequency alive, no hesitation. Grenada voice rise, rise. Vibration 91.9, the soul of the nation. Keep the frequency alive, no hesitation. Grenada's voice rise. Real FM, the soul where make freedom ring. Fisherman chant the blues, farmer hymn the rain. Mama shares her wisdom, youths them chant for change. The radio no silence the struggles we face. Amplify the joy, the pain, the grace. Nutmeg inna the rhythm, cocoa inna the bass. Real FM hold the mirror to the spice all face. Ooh, Reel up the truth selector, let the people speak. 91.9, no weak heart, no meek. From Carriacou shores to the Crater Lake Deep. Real expression loud and the nation loves. Lyrics are a temple, the DJ is the priest. Every
Every song a sermon, every word released. No censorship, no chains, just the soul laid bare. Grenada's heartbeat pulsing through the FM here. When the storm take the island, the signal still repair. Real FM 91.9, the sound of prayer. Real expression, real vibration. 91.9, the soul of the nation. Keep the frequency alive, no hesitation. Grenada voice rise, rise. Vibration 91.9, the soul of the nation. Keep the frequency alive, no hesitation. Grenada's voice rise.
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant, providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, a family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited. Foundation to roof, let's build together.
Grenada, get ready as the St. Patrick's Organization for Development presents the St. Patrick's Day Fiesta 2026 from Sunday, March 15th to Sunday, March 29th. Sunday, March 15th, church service at the St. Patrick's RC Church. Tuesday, March 17th, the opening ceremony at the Sotez Bus Terminal from 10 a.m. Friday, March 20th, bonfire in Montreach from 6 p.m. Saturday, 21st March, it's Health Walk from Samaritan to the Sotez Bus Terminal from 4:30 p.m. and Street Vibes at Rusty Rose Bar, downtown Sotez from 6 p.m. Sunday, 22nd March, it's Mountain Jam, Salis Mountain Road from 5 a.m. and a fun day at the Mali Playing Field from 12 p.m. Monday, 23rd March, it's a school quiz at the St. Patrick's Anglican School from 12 p.m. Friday, 27th March, it's BFS at Calico Parking Lot from 4 p.m. Saturday, 28th March, it's Street Vibes and Karaoke on Main Street Sotez from 4 p.m. And on Sunday, March 29th, it's the grand finale, Run St. Patrick's Run from 6 a.m. and Street Fiesta from 12 p.m. until. So remember, it's the St. Patrick's Day Fiesta 2026 from Sunday, March 15th to Sunday, March 29th. Be there.
Angel's Beauty Salon and Barbershop, Bruce Street Mall, St. George's, your one-stop destination for all things beauty. Hair services, relaxes, waves, treatments, braids, cornrows, natural hairstyles, locks and lock installation, wig installation, nail services, acrylic nails, gel nails, pedicures, and more. Call or WhatsApp us today, 1473-403-4421 to book your appointment today.
Fast pay, a new and easy way to pay. Fast pay, Fast pay.
You asked for it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay.
So fast pay, 2 minutes and you're on your way. So fast pay, so fast pay.
Flow is keeping you connected.
Your Easter weekend ain't have to be boring. That's why on Friday, April 3rd, Z Collection presents Easter Egg Explosion. All going down on the Rosal playing field in St. Patrick's. Start time 12 noon. It's a day filled with fun and activities. So bring out the kids and the entire family. Enjoy trampoline, bouncy castle, go-kart ride, face painting, spin the wheel, ring game, dips, eating race, Easter egg race, and for the first time, a massive kite flying competition. Prizes for the longest kite tail, most creative kite, smallest kite, and biggest kite. Riddle game, balloon stand, and much more. And after, there will be fundraising for the adults and children under the lights. And your admission to enter, absolutely free. It's Easter Egg Explosion, going down on Good Friday, April 3rd, at the Rosal playing field in St. Patrick. Bring out the entire family for this one.
Are you running a business or just running a hustle? Join
It's the Realist 91.9, 91.5, www.drealfmgrenada.com. Nicole Jones, you are in the spotlight, my lady. Good morning to you.
Hi, good morning to you and your listeners. Here's the weather for today, Tuesday, the 24th of March, 2026, as recorded at Morris Bishop International Airport. Presently, the weather is partly cloudy with vicinity showers to the north. Winds are from the east-northeast at 8 miles per hour. Barometric pressure is 13.1 millibar, which is below normal and rising. The present temperature is 26.2 degrees Celsius, relative humidity 84%. Yesterday's maximum temperature was 29.6 degrees Celsius. Last night's mean was 26 degrees Celsius. Over the past millimeter of rainfall was recorded here at Morris Bishop International Airport, hence the total for the month remain at 14.7 millimeters. Now we move to the public forecast valid for today and tonight. The weather is expected to be partly cloudy at first, with a few isolated morning showers, becoming fair as the day progresses. Maximum temperature today 30.5 degrees Celsius. The winds are expected to be east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour. Seas moderate with wave 4 to 6 feet in open waters. Low tide today will be at 2 p.m., high tide at 8:15 p.m. Sunset today will be at 6:18, sunrise tomorrow will be at 6:08. Just to repeat the public forecast valid for today and tonight. Partly cloudy at first, with a few isolated morning showers, becoming fair as the day progresses. Maximum temperature 30.5 degrees Celsius. Reporting from the Morris Bishop International Airport, I'm Nicole Jones. To have yourself a wonderful morning.
Take care, Nicole, and thank you very much.
Hi.
It's Realist 91. Good morning, Grenada. Good morning. 7:32. That's our time.
919 Real FM, unfiltered truth, cultural pride, and the power of radio to amplify voices in Grenada. Woo! Tune in on the spice line, where the airwaves free read. On the radio see. No sugar-coated lyrics.
Well, at 7:32, 7:33 now. We have a call? Let me see. Who's this? Good morning. Oh, there I was thinking that we had a call. Uh-oh. That is not good, Jay. Alrighty. Right, so let's set up this thing, right? Yeah, set it up properly. So what gives... Baker, my good friend Baker, good morning to you. How are you doing today, Brother Baker? Baker Charles, out inside Upper Hermitage in beautiful historical St. Patrick. Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Caribbean. Good morning to the WORLD. How are you doing today? Well, today is another fantastic day in this wide and wonderful world that God has given us to live. I got something special for you coming up at 15 minutes before the 8 o'clock hour. You better listen to that. Yeah, me, no, I am not telling you. That's just a little surprise. Ever so often I give you little bits and pieces, right? Yeah. This morning is not a bit, it's not a piece, it's the whole thing. I'm laying it on you this morning. Check me at 7:45.
Power of radio to amplify voices in Grenada. Woo! Tuning out the spice side.
In Grenada, we supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedlings, and nursery supplies, diesel water pumps, walk behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs. We're serving you from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call us on 409-2175 or 438-4337. Gittins Home and Garden Center, from your farm to your backyard.
Step inside. Immerse yourself in colors that come alive. Color by Sissons. Let your imagination run wild. Surround yourself in a world of color. Color by Sissons. Endless inspiration. Bold expression. Bold expression. Color by Sissons.
Sissons. Express your style with Color by Sissons.
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant, providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, a family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited. Foundation to roof, let's build together.
Are you ready to take your brand to the next level? Look no further than the Chameleon Design Studios, the creative powerhouse behind Key Central and dozens of standout brands across Grenada and beyond. From web designs, animations, and motion graphics to custom video productions, we bring your visions to life with unmatched efficiency and professionalism. Need a logo? Logo design starts at just $1,500, and our starter pack includes brochures, call cards, and letterheads. Whether you're launching a new business, revamping your identity, or telling your story visually, Chameleon Design Studios is the new face of designs. Call us now at 1473-422-8601 or scan that QR code. Follow us on Instagram at chameleon_473. Let's communicate. Call us today.
Flow makes your next phone upgrade easy. Add postpaid to your internet plan and score a Samsung Galaxy for as low as $30 a month. It's the smartest way to an interest-free premium phone upgrade. Don't let anything stand between you and that new phone feeling. Step into your upgrade with confidence. Visit us in store and sign up today. We keep your rhythm flowing. Terms and conditions apply.
Are you running a business or just running a hustle? Join Grenville Cooperative Credit Union for its 3rd annual Business Smart Forum under the theme From Hustle to Enterprise, Building Structured, Sustainable Businesses. March 26th, Grenada Trade Center. Registration begins 9:30 in the morning. Engage in powerful workshop-style sessions on managing the small business like a business, not a hustle. Financial discipline for small businesses, because cash flow is king. Network with experts from Grenada Industrial Development Corporation, Inland Revenue, and Grenada Chamber of Commerce. Register today at any GCCU branch or call 442-8602. Your contribution, members, $100, $150 for non-members. At GCCU, small business is our business.
Real expression on 919 Real FM. Unfiltered truth, cultural pride, and the power of radio to amplify voices in Grenada. Woo! Tune in on the spice line, where the airwaves free read. Night for my night. On the radio see.
Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Caribbean. Morning, the world. How you folks doing? Trajan John, good morning to you. Angel Map, what's up, girl? Pearl Charles. Kicking it back with Kathleen Ledlow and Cynthia. Hi and hello to you. Ron Julian, what's up, bro? Sherman Jeremiah, Agnes Henry, Mr. B. Morning to Gemma Wallwood down there in the south. How you doing?
Voices of the voiceless.
Desmond DeBella, Cynthia Bartholomew, Roslyn Jones, good morning to John Mark. Andrew Burke, good morning to you. As we move along, we also say good morning to Claude Abraham. Marilyn Ferguson, good morning. Kathleen Knight, hi, how you doing? Anne-Marie Celestine Grant, my dear, how you doing? How's Sisley doing this morning also? Winnie Simon, good morning to Anastasia Peterson. Ann Andrews, how you doing? Faithlyn Hallie Douglas, what's up, beautiful lady? Glenda Margaret Francis. Denise Sandy, good morning to Alban Harris. Shirley Scarrett, how you doing? Theresa John inside of Toronto. Dolores Redhead, ever faithful. Saying good morning to each and every one of you, and here is hoping that you'll have another wonderful day in this wide and wonderful world that God has given us to live. Roll Lewis, hi and hello. Jocelyn Matheson. Miss Mark, how you doing? Great. Alice. To all you lovely people, I got something special for you. I did tell you that, didn't I?
Every song, a sermon, every word.
Yeah. That would be in about 5 minutes, yeah. So what's pulsing? What's happening? What's taking place? Yeah. Okay, there's a number of things, eh? So let me do this one first. Let me do this one first. Right, I do this. All right, and then, right, I've got that. You know, I looked and I found that my air conditioner is leaking this morning. Yeah. So I have to get someone to thing it. Yeah. Boy, I get mixed up with the time there. Get mixed up with the time day. Andre must not get mixed up with time. All right. I think I got it going. I think I got it going now. I sent out information for, I thought somebody was calling too, but I couldn't take the call. I was trying to handle something. So if you're listening, well, I guess you're listening. You can give me a ring back. I was trying to handle a number of things first. All right. So what have we got here? All right. So that's taken care of there. So I have to try to work somewhat without, the person is online now. Yeah, good morning. Hello.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
How are you?
I'm okay.
This is your friend here, Anne-Marie.
Anne-Marie Celestine Grant?
Yes, I'm just calling to say good morning and Cicely's okay.
Ah. Oh, la, la.
I kind of host you to the intercall.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who you been back in?
Sad.
Oh, I just want to jump up on your shoulder now. I'm making that kind of joke.
Yes, that's at Anglican High.
Anglican High?
Yeah, where my granddaughter going.
See, Anglican High doesn't back sass. That doesn't worry.
Yeah, I know, but I love them still.
I respect them, but it doesn't back sass. I don't really worry them.
Well, Sasa to back them too, because them both Anglican schools.
Nope.
Yeah.
No.
So they have to let the love flow.
No, man. No. They have their love for the partisan in Tantin. They have no love for us. So
yeah. Well, I have the love. I have the love for that.
Well,
Okay?
thank you,
Right.
but I ain't sharing no love with high school. I ain't sharing no love. I respect them, but I ain't sharing no love with them. My niece went to school and she represented high school for a lot of years at netball.
Okay,
But
okay.
nah, you know, and even at that time,
Uh-huh.
she was going to high school, and my other niece was going to McDonald College, and I'll always back my other niece against
Oh,
that niece.
oh my.
My brother is to back her, not me. I ain't backing her.
Oh my God! When my first daughter went there,
Mm.
she taught there, and then my granddaughter going there now. So I have the love for them.
Yeah, well, you
Yeah.
stand love them. I ain't wasting no love on them at all. I ain't wasting love on them. They don't like me, but that's all right. I can handle that. So you good?
Yeah, for the time, I have to visit you. Don't worry.
All right, darling. Take care of
Yes.
yourself, yeah?
Take care and have a blessed day.
You too, my love.
Right.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Right. Bye-bye.
Anne-Marie Celestine Grant and Cicely Grant. Two lovely ladies, don't you think? Yeah.
Expression on 91
I do believe.
FM. Unfiltered truth culture.
Joyce in Francois, good morning to you.
To amplify.
How you doing?
In Grenada. Whoa.
Okay.
Tuning out the spice.
We have 7:44. We approaching 7:45. As I said, I got something special for you. I'm just waiting. As soon as I get it, I give it to you. All right.
No sugar-coated lyrics, no fabricated vibes.
As soon as I get it, I give it to you. Bang, no holding back. Joan Henry, good morning to you. And Carol McQueen. Maria Marcel, what's up, girl?
To St. George, this, the people, them.
Health and strength to you.
Expression now, I let your heart pour out. Microphone to the heavens, the signal strong and clear. Voices of the voiceless, the oppressed, the sincere. Real FM are the vessel, your message fill the air. Speak your truth, Grenada, wear your heart there. Real expression, real connection. 91.9, the righteous reflection. From the hills to the harbor, hear the nation sing. Real FM, the sound will make freedom ring. Real expression, real connection. 91.9, the righteous reflection. From the hills to the harbor, hear the nation sing. Real FM, the sound will make freedom ring. Fisherman chant the blues, farmer hymn the rain. Mama shares her wisdom, makes them chant for change. The radio no silence the struggles we face. Amplify the joy, the pain, the grace. Not making the rhythm, cocoa in the bass. Real FM hold the mirror to the spice all face. Reel up the truth, select and let the people speak. 91.9, no we can't, no me. From Carriacou shores to the Crater Lake deep. Real expression loud and the nation lost. Lyrics are a temple, the DJ is the priest. Every song a sermon, every word released. No censorship, no chains, just the soul laid bare. Grenada's heartbeat pulsing through the FM here. When the storm take the island, the signal still repair. Real FM 91.9, the sound of prayer. Real expression, real vibration. 91.9, the soul of the nation. Keep the frequency alive, no hesitation. Grenada voice rise, rise. Vibration.
Okay, I did tell you that I had a surprise for you this morning. And I said to you, as soon as I get the surprise, because I had to get it, right? So as soon as I get the surprise, I did say to you, I'm going to share that surprise with you. And did I get the surprise? Of course. 99.9% of the time, I don't disappoint you. I don't disappoint you at all. 99.9% of the time. So I've got the surprise, and I'm going to share the surprise with you. This is just like me sharing with you every single thing that I have possession of. I try to share with you. So let me cut all the hunky dory, blah 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 blah, and do the best thing. And right, we do it here, and then we say good morning to the leader of the opposition, the Honorable Emmalin Pierre. Good morning, ma'am. How are you? Oh, we seem to be having a bit of a bother there with the internet. Her frame has been frozen. Okay, let's see if we can get her again. Good morning, Mrs. Pierre. How are you? Hello? Your mic is muted. I can tell you that. I don't know if you're hearing me, but your mic is muted, Mrs. Pierre. So if you can, okay, let's see what we can do here again. All right, Mrs. Pierre, your mic is muted, so I have not a clue if you're hearing me. So if you're hearing me, then you need to unmute your microphone. Let me see if I can send her a message.
Freedom ring, real expression, real connection. 91.9, the righteous reflection. From the hills to the harbor, hear the nation sing. Real FM, the sound where make freedom. Fisherman chant the blues, farmer hymn the rain. Mama shares her wisdom, youths them chant for change. The radio no silence the struggles we face. Amplified.
Yeah, let's see if we can. Oh, the mic is unmuted now. So let's say, good morning, Mrs. Pierre. Are you hearing me? Let me bring you in. Now, are you there? Are you hearing me? Okay, there seems to be there. Hold on there. There seems to be still a bit of a bother. Are you hearing me now? But I'm not hearing you. I'm not hearing you at all. I don't have a clue why I'm not hearing you. That is also not nice. I don't know why I'm not hearing. Okay, fine. So I guess let's cut all the charade. Let's go back to good old telephone. I know you heard that because for some strange reason I'm not hearing you at all. And we need to get you going as quickly as possible. All right. So let me see. Can you call me? We can forego the video and can you call me on 442-0175? If you can call me on that, then we can do. We'd have to forego the video this one because I have no idea why it's not popping here. Thank you. So yes, the number you can call me on, Mrs. Pierre, is 442-0175. It could be WhatsApp, it could be landline.
Hesitation, Grenada's voice rise.
Real expression on 919 Real FM. Unfiltered truth, cultural pride, and the power of radio to amplify voices in Grenada.
Woo! Tune in on the spice line, where the airwaves free read. On the radio see. Whoa. No sugar-coated lyrics, no fabricated vibe, just the raw truth that flow like Mount Quaqua Tribe. Ooh.
Yeah, sometimes the gremlins working in the system don't want the system to work with you. But you see, one of the things that you have to understand is that never say die. So let's do so and say, good morning to you, Mrs. Pierre. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning to you, and good morning to all of your listeners. Technology fails us sometimes.
No. There's just a couple of gremlins in the system, and I just crushed them out. Yeah, well, nice to have you. I know you've got a
Your
busy day
way of
because
saying it.
you've got Parliament today, right?
Yeah, we have Parliament this morning.
Okay,
Mhm.
what's the bills you have today?
Just one bill, the possessory title bill amendment for 2026 is a 2016 act that is being amended today.
Okay, what does that speak to? Possessory title. What does that speak to?
Well, essentially, Andre, in our society, we have people who occupy lands that they don't own. And over a period of time, the law says that after 12 years, you can seek to have possession of this. And we know the genesis of this when we speak about the plantation and, how people inherited lands back in the days.
Yeah.
And so currently, the law does make provision for a person to own lands after occupying for a number of years. 12 years is what the legislation says. Of course, you have a responsibility to protect both the owner as well as the person who occupies and feels entitled. So the law has to be balanced in that regard. And so what is happening this morning is there are going to be some amendments proposed to, I believe, further strengthen this piece of legislation. We do have a few concerns, minor concerns, I would say. But what is instructive to note is that this piece of legislation and the amendment to go with this legislation is something that was initiated in our time, meaning that the consultative process started back then, and we were looking at ways to improve that piece of legislation.
Okay, wonderful. So you would say, in your own words, would you say that this is a good piece of legislation for the citizens of Grenada, both those who own and those who want to own? What, if I can put it that way?
Well, put it this way, there's always need to review legislation, strengthen, look for loopholes within legislation, and I think that is what this process is seeking to do. As I said, we started that process. Of course, you would always find that there are some concerns that could be raised, and there would always be concern when it comes to amendments to legislation. There might be some things that we think is a little extreme. There might be some things that we think is not included in the amendment that we may want to see happen. So, for example, in this case, we want to ensure that a person who is applying, a person who, really deserves to own that piece of property, not too much is placed on them as it relates to additional burden to be able to do so. For example, the financial implications. So I don't want to go into, debating the legislation at this time, but again, the word that I use, balance. So we want to make sure there's a win-win situation, and that both parties, whether it's the original owner. So a critical thing, for example, is knowledge. You don't want a situation where somebody owns a piece of property and the original owner themselves is not even aware. So you want to make sure that the law is very clear on what happens in that case and to ensure that you're fair to both parties in question.
All right. How have things been going though, Mrs. Pierre, in relation to your party? I know you are the first party to have gotten to all 15 candidates, which is a serious plus. But how have things been going generally for your political party at this time?
Generally, very good. I would say we have advanced as it relates to our candidates. We are concentrating very heavily on the work on the ground, and of course, at the same time, ensuring that we keep connection with the electorates in terms of information, in terms of ensuring that we are preparing them as it relates to the next general election. So we are in preparatory mode, and there's always room for improvement. There's always room to do more, but that is what we aim to do, to continue to improve on the work that we are doing.
Are you there are some conversations being held in different spots throughout the nation and different platforms, whatever, as it relates to voter padding. Are you concerned about that?
Well, one must always be concerned about this because it's something that you definitely don't want to have as an issue in any election, because we know that elections are supposed to be fair, right? Elections are supposed to be done in a way, conducted in a way that all parties feel that it was fair. And so there should not be anything like the issue of voter padding hanging over an election. And we have seen things in the past that concerns us deeply, concerned us back then, still concern us now. And we cannot say at this time that we are completed with the process as it relates to our canvassing of the voters list. While we've done a first round of that and we are doing deeper work in that regard, official statement as it relates to our observations will be made. But of course, we do find cases. For example, I had an incident where a person was, I don't want to say in error because I don't know, but a person was removed from the list in the constituency, and that's more than one case, I should say. And we want to make sure that that does not happen. The system must be such that a person who is registered eligible to vote. And first, let me start with wanting to be registered. Must have the right to do that, must have the enabling conditions to facilitate that. And a simple one is having the machine, the system to facilitate that must be operational. And we've seen just too many instances where people take the time off to go to register. And we have cases, serious cases of offices not being open. We have serious cases of people being denied the opportunity to register because the machine, the system is not working. And this is unacceptable in a democracy. It's unacceptable because what you're doing is infringing on the rights of people, the democratic rights of people, right? People must be free to exercise their rights. And so if you have a system that is non-functional, the government of the day, the electoral system, must ensure that this is corrected. And we have this situation, I mean, as far back as 2022, right? So 2022 to now, there's no explanation under the sun that can stand as to why we still have this current system not functioning to facilitate registration. As you know, under the New National Party's administration, the process started to procure a new system. And this was only done because we recognize that the current system we're using now is inadequate, right? We cannot even get proper parts to support this system, service to support the system. The company that manufactured this, as far as I know, do not exist at this time. And so we have to ensure that we move swiftly to do something that is sustainable. And what we have now is definitely not sustainable. So that is one issue, accessibility, people being able to access services to be registered. And then you have the issue of people who are being registered that do not meet the criteria for registration. And so again, we have raised some of these issues. We are going to continue to raise these issues. And as I said, once we wrap up our final piece of work as it relates to this, we would be writing officially to the supervisor of election to bring forward all of our concerns in that regard.
When you bring forward a concern to the supervisor of election, is that where it stops for you, or do you go further to the Governor General?
Well, of course, the supervisor of election reports to people above him. So, for example, the Governor General is immediate in line. And so there are some issues. And if we go back to the Amanda Jack issue, when it was raised with the supervisor of elections, when there was not an appropriate response, or we felt that he did what he had to do, and he, of course, had to now get directions from above, we wrote to the Governor General as well. So there are instances where at the level of the supervisor of election, it would not be enough, it would not be adequately to have addressed the concerns when they're not addressed, to have those concerns repeatedly at that level if they're not being addressed. So we would go as far as is necessary as it relates to addressing these concerns. Why? Because they are extremely important. If we want to preserve our democracy, we cannot afford to play around with a free and fair elections. We cannot afford to compromise that at this, especially at this time. we are developing democracy, I would say, and we can't go backward in that regard.
Mrs. Pierre, you made a very strong statement recently. It was at one of your Connect meetings, I believe. You made a very, very strong statement, and I for one, I follow you, as you would know. And when you make a statement, and depending on how strong that statement is, I usually perk up, and I perked up that time when you said that, hey, unless you don't provide X, Y, and Z, I will not be attending the sod turning ceremony. Speak to that, please.
Oh. Yeah, and I feel very strongly about this. I mean, in no uncertain terms, I cannot, in good conscience, attend the sod turning ceremony for what is referred to as the Polaris Project. Now, this afternoon, we were invited, and this obviously is after I made the statement. There has been efforts. Let me go back to correct myself. I don't remember if that invitation came a few days before or a few days after. I would certainly check the date and refer back to you. But we recently got an invitation from the government of Grenada to attend a presentation at the Parliament conference room, I believe it is today, on this project. And if you ask me, I think this is an insult. It is disrespectful, but in the interest of country, we will be represented at that session. And the government's invitation is to provide information to us on Project Polaris. Now, this for me is like after the fact. So you took a decision that you're going to do this project. You held a town hall meeting. You spent millions of dollars, more than $22 million already spent on this project. You've gone into loan arrangements on this project. And then you want to tell us what the project is about. I mean, this is like beyond disrespect, is putting the cart before the horse, right? I would have thought that from the very inception, the Parliament would have been engaged on this important development, right? And any developer, let's put it this way, any person who's going to be putting serious monies into an initiative like that, whether it's an organization, whether it's a country, for example, they would want to know, and I suspect this is one of the reasons that the government is now attempting to officially inform us of this initiative. They would want to know that there is opposition buy-in for this initiative because we are on the borderline of an election. And I mean, just walk around Grenada and you would tell that the possibility of this government returning into office is extremely low, right? So organizations are also aware of this. And so they would want to know that the government has the opposition's support on this particular initiative. And to not include us in the discussion from the inception is really, it probably has to be reduced to a lack of knowledge and experience in matters such as these, because I cannot see how any institution, serious institution, would not care about the opposition's view on this project when they're going to put serious resources into it, if they're going to do that.
So you will not be attending this afternoon. Not this afternoon, but the sod turning, I think, is on Friday?
Right, but let me go to, so this is just one of the reasons, and maybe if it was just that, I would still attend, right? But the primary reason, Andre, is that we cannot be serious about investing over 250 million US dollars into an initiative like this when we cannot service a basic facility as the general hospital, as clinics around this country. This week, only yesterday, a 92-year-old man spoke to me. I got a message indicating that he wanted to speak to me urgently, and I did call. And this gentleman went to the hospital yesterday and could not access an x-ray. A 92-year-old. Imagine leaving Grenville to go down to the hospital to get an x-ray only to be told that the machine is not working. Last week, another constituent brought to my attention, left to go down to the hospital to get a blood test done, only to be told the machine is not working, right? And I mean, this is just speaking about two machines, right? Now, basic services, basic supplies. I've spoken to nurses, I've visited health centers where in one case, a nurse said to me, she had to buy gloves. And I'm talking about a necessity as gloves that you're changing one every 5 minutes, maybe, right? That she had to put it into her pocket, push into her pocket to pay to buy a packet of gloves to protect herself. So you're exposing the very persons within the system who are supposed to make the system functional, right? And if you cannot do that, if you have been struggling and this is not a yesterday matter, Andre, since this administration has come into office, the health care situation has deteriorated. And this is not just me. I always like to qualify this. This is not just my view. The Minister for Health has confirmed this, that the situation has not improved. It has gotten worse. And so I'm saying this to say, we have to get our priorities right. And what must be our priority now? Our priority must be saving lives today. So we cannot abandon, we cannot ignore people today and be fighting and putting all our efforts and resources into something that's not going to be completed in years to come if it starts today. And let me just make this point. It is dishonest of this administration to give anyone the impression that this facility would take 3 years to complete. It is dishonest, right? So number one, you don't have all the resources in hand. So when you speak about loans, have you signed these agreements? Or are you hoping to sign? So that's question number one. Number two, even if you sign and you're able to access the resources, can we afford this at this time? Do you know, Andre, how much unpaid claims we have in the Treasury right now? And I don't work in the Treasury, but I can tell you, because the number of people who are complaining of not being paid, contractors not being owed 60 days and 90 days as in the days of NNP. I'm talking about people who are owed by this administration for more than 2 years. More than 2 years. And you have ordinary vendors who are depending on the $2 that the government owe them. They can't access no overdraft in the bank. They are owed monies that keep their business going. And some of these people are owed for months and years. Now, how do you operate a system where you cannot meet your monthly commitments? And you are talking about building a facility costing hundreds of millions of dollars? Well, this makes no logical sense to me. Get your house in order first. Ensure that the healthcare system is operational, functioning. Get every Grenadian who is eligible signed up for national health insurance. Put your systems in place to save lives now. Get your preventative health care programs running, operational, functional. Get nurses on the ground in communities dealing with non-communicable diseases, right? Get things in place And then we can have this conversation about Polaris. But until then, I'm not going to be part of this. I'm not going to support this. It's against my conscience, and I said this before.
Well, my thing too, though, Mrs. P, is simply this. Yes, we might be able to raise the money to build a hospital. How are we going to equipped, and how are we going to pay to run the hospital? Because it's not going to be something that you pick up 10 cents on the side of the road and you're going to run the hospital. It's going to take millions of dollars to pay salaries and different things for the year. How are we going to do that? The government has the government given
operational
us
cost.
has the government given us any indication as to where these monies are going to come from?
You see, the government doesn't care about that, Andre. There's just one thing that this government is concerned about. The government is concerned about ticking a box which says we started a new hospital. That's all they're concerned about, right? So we promise we're going to build a new hospital. It is now impossible for you to meet that promise. It's impossible because you can't build a hospital between now and the next general elections. So what is the priority? What is the obsession? It is to turn the sword, have a big, massive ceremony, get everybody to believe that healthcare is going to be transformed in this process, and to probably put some bricks in the ground and to say we've started. That's all this administration is really concerned about. It is about ticking box and playing politics with the lives and the future of people, because that is what it boils down to. So when we go to take this additional loan or loans, Andre, who's paying? Now, if it was the Prime Minister and his team, I would go to the sword turning ceremony. If they were going to foot the cost of this, I would show up and be the first person at the ceremony. But this is going to be a burden on taxpayers. This government, this NDC administration, you remember their claim about the burden of debt? And debt, when we were talking about things that literally were contributing directly to the development and the growth in GDP in this country, you remember them? Now, if you remember them, then you would wish that they were on the side of protecting taxpayers today. If you remember them back then. If you remember them on CBI back then, you would wish that they would stand on the side of Grenada right now as it relates to what's happening in the CBI program. Because back then, there was really nothing to cry about. But we have everything to cry about right now. When you're selling over 11,000 passports within the space of one term in office, far more than what the entire program would have sold. I mean, you have to not be serious. But what is also very concerning about this is the increased sales. And if you look at who the beneficiaries associated with the government is, then it's even more cause for concern. So is it that we're selling more to raise additional revenues to benefit individuals? I mean, there are some serious concerns surrounding these matters. Now, when you hear about the businesses that some people in government have gone into in recent years, you want to ask yourself, are they lined up to personally benefit from the construction of a new hospital? These are questions that you cannot ignore. These are questions we cannot ignore, because at the end of the day, we are going to get the hot end of the stick. We are going to be left with the pain and the burden of poor decision making of an administration that is only concerned about ticking a box. So as we've always said, our concern is not about having or not having a new hospital. If you ask me, we should have a new hospital. Because at the end of the day, you always want to be developing your infrastructure. What we are saying is that right now in 2026, should our conversation, should our energies and our financial resources be placed in the construction of a new hospital, that is going to be costing us hundreds of millions of dollars. And we are saying, no, in 2026, we should be talking about how do we improve healthcare at the general hospital in our communities? How do we ensure that we increase the number of nurses available? How do we reduce the waiting time at the general hospital so someone doesn't go in at 6 a.m. and leave at 6 p.m.? And don't tell us, well, that happens in other parts of the world. Doesn't mean that we cannot work on changing it. These are the things. As I said, we want to go into programs that promote healthy living, that reduce the possibility of even getting to the hospital. This is where our resources should be going right now. Healthy food for students at our schools, not just talking about it, but making it happen. Right? So when you speak about nutritious meals for students, it is not just about ceremonies and talk and doing it for a few weeks. It's about sustaining it for the school year. So you don't have principals having to push their hands in their pockets to buy food for children, or principals having to decide, well, we would have bread twice for this week because we have not received the subvention from the government. This government needs to get its priorities right. And that is our basic concern about this situation.
Two more questions and off you go to Parliament. I don't want you to be late at all. Now, someone walked up to me, was it about a week ago, and asked me a question. And I was stumped for a minute, and then I answered. But I'm going to ask you the question, not going to give you my answer, to see if we're both on the same wavelength. NNP wins, when NNP wins the next election, and the project has already started, i.e. Project Polaris, will NNP continue the project?
Okay, so when the new National Party gets into office, of course, this administration has already started, because remember, it's not just about putting bricks in the ground. We have spent, as I said before, millions of dollars. In 2025, the government would have spent more than $20 million. And as I always say, before one brick gets in the ground, we've spent more than $20 million. The question is, and let us just for argument's sake, that by the next election, the NNP gets into office, we probably have some bricks in the ground, we probably have some wooden structure up, etc., etc. Now, our very first move in getting into office would be to do a thorough review investigation into this project. What have we actually spent? Because I do not believe 20 million is the actual amount that has been expended so far. What sort of agreement and arrangements have we gone into? We first have to assess the situation. So you can't jump to just do things once you get in there. So we would definitely have to assess the situation. Of course, I cannot say to you, Andre, that we would move to just continue what has happened, because what has happened has to be sustainable. So if we're going to go into signing agreements and getting into agreements, we have to know, for example, how are we going to be paying monthly? So when a group of workers didn't get paid this month and the government say to us it's a glitch in the system, well, of course, we have two options: to believe that it's really a glitch in the system, or that we have a cash flow problem and we're rotating who didn't get this month. Because a glitch in the system for months, I mean, you got to be thinking beyond just a glitch. So definitely, because of the cost implication of this, I cannot commit that a new National Party administration, when we get into office, we would just continue as they have started on this initiative. We definitely would immediately review all of the expenses, all of the commitments, and then make a decision in the interest of Grenada. Whatever that decision is, it must be for the good of the country, economically, financially, and otherwise.
Well, I did a shortcut of what you just said, because I said to the person, well, yes, NNP will continue the hospital, but NNP will definitely not be continuing Project Polaris, because I see Polaris as not being anything to do with the hospital. Polaris is the hotel and the golf course and the all kind of fandangles. I that's what I see. But I said to the person, hey, NNP will continue the hospital because it has already started. But Project Polaris, that part of it, I don't think that NNP may continue that. That's what I said.
Everything would have to be assessed,
Yeah.
and the approach forward would be dependent on the results of the assessment. And definitely, decisions would be taken not to tick a box, not to make a group of individuals look as heroes, but decisions would be taken in the best interest of the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit-Martinique. Whatever those decisions are, the people must always be first as it relates to decisions that we make.
Willis Road, Maribor Hospital, Breakwater project in here in St. Patrick, Project Polaris that we have just spoken about, and there are others that we are hearing about. All of a sudden, they've started. What does that say to you politically as leader of the opposition?
The government is getting ready for an election. Now, quite obviously, things that you just didn't care about for the last 4 years, things that you dragged your feet on for 4 years, suddenly, you give instructions, get it done by any means necessary, even if you have to bring in workers from Haiti, as in one of the projects that started in 2022. So 2022, we're now in 2026. And now you're giving instructions, find workers, any part of the world you have to find them, get them. We must finish the project by then. Those kind of urgencies did not come across in 2022, 23, 24, 25, and in 2026. It just confirms to me that this administration is a lot about ticking boxes. So we've done this, things are happening, right? And for us, if you look at the track record of the New National Party, it's never about ticking boxes. And, as I say this, one of the things that I always like to draw a reference to, I remember one year, it was the year after the election, or the same year of the election, when the government of Grenada took in 2,000 Imani trainees. I publicly made the point, this could never be about elections. This could never be about votes, because we just had an election. But it's about how we invest in the young people of this country, whether it's election time or not, because our interest is never about just winning an election. It's always about serving the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit-Martinique. And that is why we have to find the best formula as it relates to the development of healthcare services in this country. So there's no argument that we must develop the healthcare sector. There's no argument that an NNP administration will build closer relationship and partnership with our stakeholders, St. George's University, our many professional health providers and individuals here who have chosen to stay in Grenada. That's sign number one. You've chosen to stay here. So how can we come together, pull our resources together, pull our efforts together, and do something that is going to have a significant impact to transform, truly transform the healthcare sector. But what is critical, Andre, is that the NNP has left a legacy and a foundation that we can now build upon. And this is what we've said to this administration: build upon what you receive. I mean, it's like having a runway to just take off, right? So let us look at the polyclinic in Guelph. During a pandemic, imagine this, there's no pandemic now, and we could hardly get improvements in the healthcare sector. So during a pandemic, look at what we did in Guelph, right? What is happening there right now? We built a state-of-the-art polyclinic in a rural community that is supposed to service people who are not supposed to be coming to St. George's. There was a group of people who came to Grenada to do some kind of medical program. I met with them. That's when they were completed. And you know what they said to me? They said it's a real shame when they visited that polyclinic, how it is underutilized, how it's standing there almost like a white elephant. And there are so many people in need of the services. The intention was that this facility would provide 24-hour service to the people, St. Patrick, St. Mark, St. John, right? And it is a real shame that we are talking about Project Polaris and promoting health tourism, bringing people from all parts of the world to this hospital in St. David. It is a shame that we can even talk about that when we have a facility right there in St. John that is not being utilized to serve the people of Grenada. And we are saying, put Grenadians first. Whatever decisions that we are making, Grenadians must always be first. So no problem with health tourism, no problem with giving people an opportunity to come to enjoy the sun and the sand and the sea and get health care. I mean, our people are dying because they cannot access services here now. Why is that not our priority? So we are paying millions of dollars to an organization from the US right now. And we are paying these millions of dollars in the name of improved health care. Andre, the question is, since we've hired this company, and since we started paying that much monies, the question is, what has really improved for people in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit-Martinique as it relates to healthcare? And this would be my question to this administration. Spending, but we cannot see the benefits of the amount of monies that we are spending.
Mrs. Pierre, I thank you very much for your time this morning. I know you got to run off. What time do you have to get to Parliament? Is it 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock this morning?
It's at 9, but guess what? You caused me to leave my home at 6 a.m. to come here to do this because I did not want to be late for Parliament. Right. Okay. But Andrew, before I go, I want to make an announcement, if you'll permit me. Sure. It's not an advertisement.
Go ahead.
So you don't have to be concerned. So I want to use this opportunity to express serious appreciation, sincere appreciation to you and the Real FM family. Some time ago, we came on here in collaboration with Real FM to say, the people of Jamaica, our friends, we have families there, they suffered serious damage from a hurricane that would have passed there. And many people there were severely affected. The people of Jamaica, government and people of Jamaica, they answered the call when we were in distress. And they also stepped up when we were in distress. And so we did this radiothon, and we did ask person to pledge. We did provide an account to which they can make those payments. And Andre, I want to say to you that we were able to send off $11,067.15 to Jamaica. And I want to say a special thank you to you and to the Real FM family for this contribution. And of course, I'm quite sure that the people of Jamaica will benefit from this. And of course, let us always remember that when we are in need, we expect others to look out for us. And so we want to do the same when others are in need. So again, a special thank you to you and to every single person who gave. Whatever you gave, it was greatly appreciated.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Payne. Glad to know that the money has been sent off. And I give you 30 seconds to speak to your NNP people because you haven't spoken to them yet and I know they're waiting. So your NNP people, 30 seconds, you got it.
And I know you will be generous because I'm going to take a little more than 30 seconds because I want to speak to supporters of the new National Party, but I also want to speak to Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. So first of all, to our supporters who are out there, I say to you, the future of Grenada is highly dependent on the decisions, your actions, the things that you do today are going to protect and benefit Grenada tomorrow. What do I mean by this? At this time, we must be preparing for a government to lead this country that truly cares about people. And we know that that is the new National Party government. And so what do you need to do at this time? You need to ensure that you are registered, that you are doing the work that is necessary to ensure that we don't disappoint the people of this country. I believe people are depending on us, and we cannot afford to let them down. We cannot afford to disappoint them. And so the work has to be done. And to Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, I say to you, when we prepare for an election, we are promoting the new National Party. And we can't do anything other than this. We are promoting the new National Party. But I say to you that the new National Party, our commitment to you, whether you are a supporter or not a supporter, is that our mission is uniting Grenada. We want a Grenada where victimization goes. We want a Grenada where people are not prevented from exercising their rights. We want a Grenada where people's voices are heard, where people are free to express themselves. And we want a Grenada for all Grenadians. Whether you are X or Y or Z, Grenada must be for Grenadians. And that is one of the reasons we are saying to you, if you're out there and you are uncertain as to the party that you wish to support, your party in government has disappointed you, I want to say to you this morning, I give you the commitment that the new National Party, when elected into office, we are going to be serving all Grenadians, and we are going to always put Grenada first. The interest of Grenada will always be number one. And there goes a reason to support a party for the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. That might be 15 seconds. Andre, I just want to wish everyone a blessed day and to say to this country, let us continue. We're at a critical crossroad right now. Let us move forward, putting all efforts into a better Grenada for all Grenadians. And that better Grenada, I'm convinced, will only come under the leadership of the new National Party. So, Andre, thank you for having me this morning.
Never me
that
again.
Must have been 15 seconds.
Never me again to give you any time. Forget that. Never me again to give you any time. I know better now. How's your husband though?
My clock says 15 seconds.
How's your husband?
My husband is good. In spite of all, he is good.
All right, wonderful. I understand that you have NNP office opening in the south on Friday afternoon. Is that true?
Yes, Brother Diali and his team. Diali and his team, they are opening an office in the south, and they have a fundraiser to go with that. I would encourage everyone to support. I would be going to give him my full support, and I encourage you to come out and do the same. The work throughout Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique is on, and as I said, Grenada, we are not going to disappoint you. We have a solid team that is ready to work, and we are committing you will not be disappointed.
All right, Mrs. Pierre, take care of yourself and have a wonderful day.
Same to you.
All right, then take care now. Bye-bye. It's Real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.realfmgrenada.com. Andre Donald, my side. We're going to take a break, and when I come back, I have another voice for you. Just stay with us.
Are you running a business or just running a hustle? Join Grenville Cooperative Credit Union for its 3rd annual Business Smart Forum under the theme From Hustle to Enterprise, Building Structured, Sustainable Businesses. March 26th, Grenada Trade Center. Registration begins 9:30 in the morning. Engage in powerful workshop-style sessions on managing the small business like a business, not a hustle. Financial discipline for small businesses, because cash flow is king. Network with experts from Grenada Industrial Development Corporation, Inland Revenue, and Grenada Chamber of Commerce. Register today at any GCCU branch or call 442-8602. Your contribution, members, $100, $150 for non-members. At GCCU, small business is our business.
For 40 years, Answer Coatings Grenada has been part of your story. More than paint, it's pride and care in every drop. As the proud manufacturers of Sissons and Berger paint, we've protected your homes and communities for generations. Answer Coatings Grenada Limited, 40 years strong, 40 years trusted. A legacy in every drop.
Grenada, get ready as the St. Patrick's Organization for Development presents the St. Patrick's Day Fiesta 2026 from Sunday, March 15th to Sunday, March 29th. Sunday, March 15th, church service at the St. Patrick's RC Church. Tuesday, March 17th, the opening ceremony at the Sotez Bus Terminal from 10 a.m. Friday, March 20th, bonfire in Montreach from 6 p.m. Saturday, 21st March, it's Health Walk from Samaritan to the Sotez Bus Terminal from 4:30 p.m. and Street Vibes at Rusty Rose Bar, downtown Sotez from 6 p.m. Sunday, 22nd March, it's Mountain Jam, Salis Mountain Road from 5 a.m. and a fun day at the Mighty Playing Field from 12 p.m. Monday, 23rd March, it's a school quiz at the St. Patrick's Anglican School from 12 p.m. Friday, 27th March, it's BFS at Calico Parking Lot from 4 p.m. Saturday, 28th March, it's Street Vibes and Karaoke on Main Street Sotez from 4 p.m. And on Sunday, March 29th, it's the grand finale, Run St. Patrick's Run from 6 a.m. and Street Fiesta from 12 p.m. until. So remember, it's the St. Patrick's Day Fiesta 2026 from Sunday, March 15th to Sunday, March 29th. Be there.
Are you running a business or just running a hustle? Join Grenville Cooperative Credit Union for its 3rd annual Business Smart Forum under the theme From Hustle to Enterprise, Building Structured, Sustainable Businesses. March 26th, Grenada Trade Center. Registration begins 9:30 in the morning. Engage in powerful workshop-style sessions on managing the small business like a business, not a hustle. Financial discipline for small businesses, because cash flow is king. Network with experts from Grenada Industrial Development Corporation, Inland Revenue, and Grenada Chamber of Commerce. Register today at any GCCU branch or call 442-8602. Your contribution, members, $100, $150 for non-members. At GCCU, small business is our business.
Real expression on 919 Real FM. Unfiltered truth, cultural pride, and the power of radio to amplify voices in Grenada. Woo! Tune in on the spice side, hear the airwaves free read. A night for my night. On the radio see. Whoa. No sugar-coated lyrics.
Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Carica. Good morning, PD Martinique, too. Well, I did say to you that I have another voice for you this morning, and of course I do. I just want to see if I can add this other person, have a conversation with them, and let me see, because remember, we were having a bit of problems with the audio, and we had to do some makeshift thingy. So let's see if we can get the audio sorted out at this time. Let's say good morning to Mr. Devon Charles. Devon, your microphone is off. So you need to sort your microphone. Put your mic on and then we can go. Your microphone is muted. So once you can get that right. So it's unmuted now. So let's see if we can find Devon. And we say good morning. Hold on. What's happening here? Hold on.
Andrew, good morning to you.
Okay, hold on. You're blasting there. Let me see what I need to do to bring you up on screen now. Okay, let's see. What do I have? Let me add, well, why am I not being, oh, I see. Right, there you are, Mr. Charles. How are you today?
Good morning, Andrew. I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm trying to do some, as they say, trying to do some, make sure that the people of Grenada are happy this morning. So, wow, you look all decked off this morning, Zaya. Have a date or something?
With work, yes.
I did with work. I did with work. All right. So
Yeah.
we did promise the listeners that we are going to come back on today and speak to that major activity that the Grenville Credit Union is having on Thursday. How's that? How plans for that one going?
Well, let me first of all thank you for giving us the opportunity again to be heard in terms of letting our members and the general public know of our Business Smart Forum. This morning, more or less, what I wanted to do is to just re-emphasize what we have shared already, because the deadline for in-house registration has passed. You may have heard in the ad that there is a registration 9:30 when the forum starts. And that is principally for logistic reasons, because we have to provide our participants with name badges. Our intention also is to provide every participant with a certificate of participation, right? So to your question, we indicated that initially we were targeting at least 20 small business leaders and entrepreneurs. And I would say to you that based on what has been reported to me by my team, we have well over 75 persons already registered. We are not going to turn back. We are not turning back anyone, and that is inclusive of our stakeholders. As we mentioned last week when we met, when we spoke, we have invited representation from the GIDC, Grenada Investment Development Corporation, Chamber of Commerce, Ministry of Finance, Inland Revenue to be exact. And apart from the existing small business leaders that we have invited to participate, we have also seen it necessary to invite some of our future business leaders. So we have extended invitations to the SGU, the business students.
Okay.
We have gotten very positive returns from them. So we will have some representation from students representing SGU. We also have a cohort of students from TAMCC. And we believe that was instructive to add, because as you're aware, many of these students, they would come to or request internship, especially around now, through different institutions. And you heard me emphasize the fact that a lot of the times we are taught to go to school, educate ourselves, and look for a job. And in the environment now, if we can introduce some of our young aspiring business leaders to hands-on experience as it relates to what businesses are supposed to be run like, I believe that we have a brighter future in terms of entrepreneurship and economic growth within our economy. So we have invited them. And apart from that, the Council for the Disabled, they will also have representation. We will have more than approximately 10 persons from the Council for the Disabled. I did share with you that we have a soft loan facility that we rolled out during the latter part of 2025. But I'm not sure if you're aware, there are many of these persons, I call them differently abled, that are exceptionally good with their hands. They are self-employed, making products. We have built a very nice, a unique relationship with the council over the last couple of years, and we have invited them to participate, not just to participate in the seminars, but as we mentioned, that we will also be making provisions for persons to display their products, those persons who have products that they can display, not just those who are members, but those who have registered as potential members. And we have quite a number of persons who have expressed their interest in doing displays, and also not just to display, but to have the opportunity to generate some revenue from sales during the intermissions within the forum. So the forum starts at registration is at 9:30. The official opening starts at 10 in the AM under the theme from hustle to enterprise, building a structured, sustainable business. After the formalities for the first period, for the first 25 minutes, we will have a pitch done by some of the stakeholders that we have invited, inclusive of the GIDC, Inland Revenue, the Chamber. We have asked them to do a short pitch to basically get the message out there. During the course of the day, these agencies will be present. They will have an information booth whereby participants can continue to engage, to get information and to network and so on. Then we move into the first work session, and we will do the first work session. Oh, but I should mention that person should try and get it early because we will be making breakfast available, right?
Okay.
So leave home because we understand the traffic. So don't stop to buy breakfast. We are going to make sure that you are well fed. You will be provided with breakfast and lunch, and there will be breaks within the time. So during that period, persons would have the opportunity then to visit the different booths, get information, support the entrepreneurs who are there, who would have the products on display. So you're not just coming to absorb knowledge, but you're also coming to support our local small business persons, right? The first session, which will explore financial discipline for small businesses, cash flow is king, will be facilitated by our well-known Mr. Christopher Diali. I don't think I need to say much about him. We all know who Mr. Diali is. Maybe I should just qualify that to say senior.
Senior. That's how you have to qualify it. Senior.
Yeah. I take the liberty to qualify that. Then we do lunch. We do lunch, and then we do the second session. That would be hosted by Mr. Lambert Lewis, who is a well-known and experienced Caribbean banker. The theme of that seminar would be managing the small business like a business, not a hustle, right? So these are the seminar sessions, and immediately after the seminar sessions, the intention is to engage in a roundtable discussion where not just the facilitators, but also these agencies that we have invited will form part of a panel whereby they can continue to share, and persons may have individual questions that they would like to pose to the panel. They would have an opportunity to do that, and we would close with the handing out of certificates to participants, certificate of participation to all of the participants. So we are expecting a jam-packed day, but one that would add value to you and leave you more energized after the session to continue to see a clear path in terms of how business must be run to be sustainable, to scale, and to be successful. So it is not a talk shop. It's a day of sharing knowledge, and it's a day to work and to engage and to expand your scope as a small business entrepreneur.
Your keynote speaker?
We're not having a keynote speaker, but I will bring I will open the forum. All right. So if you want to call that the keynote speaker, last year we had a lot of we had quite a few presentations that were mainly speakers, right? You can call those speakers. But as I said, we have shifted the bar, we have innovated, and we are becoming more engaging in terms of the summit. Yes.
Well, does it mean, because I speak to you so very often, does that mean I can be late for your presentation?
Well, you decide. You decide if you want to be late. You know who you want to miss.
I'm really looking forward to. As a matter of fact, there's a young man that I spoke to. I sent you his name. I just sent you the name a short while ago
Okay.
while you were
Yes,
talking.
I'll pass it on to my executive.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I spoke to and I invited him, and then I invited him again, and then yesterday I saw him and I says, let me have your name because I know him by another name. So I
Okay.
said, may I have your name, please? And are you really going to go on Thursday? And he's like, yes, Andre, come in. So I have to make sure that I provide him with a ride. So
Okay,
he's
good.
going to come
Yeah.
along with me. And I really want him to come. I'm not even going to tell the people, the audience who he is, but he's a very hard worker. And I believe that he has the ability to improve his business if he comes to this function. And then the next thing I would want him to do is to be a part of the family of the Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, and thus I believe that he will really and truly reap maximum benefits from it. So
Well,
I'll be bringing him along with me.
thank you for that, and I believe it's also imperative that we get the names, because I said we want to ensure that we do the certificates of participation, and you may know that a lot of the times that persons are looking for financing from financial institutions
Mhm.
or even grants or donor agencies. A critical component is the skills base.
Mhm.
Whether or not they have had the experience, whether certified or otherwise, and training is always a key issue. So providing that platform, person should be proud to know. Look, I have attended these seminars. I have network. I've gotten some tools. I said you're not coming there to become an expert in one day, but what you are doing is changing that mindset and understanding that while I may be good at my craft,
Mhm.
in order for my business to grow, in order for me to see results from my business, I may need hand-holding support. I need guidance from the persons who can help me to ensure my business becomes sustainable. And I think that's something that is lacking a lot, not just here, globally, right? The statistics is there to show that. And as the curriculum of Grenville, we believe that we have a critical role to play in terms of supporting our small business clients. The better they do, the better the financial institutions will do. The better stakeholders like the GIDC will do. The more taxes will be collected, right? The more efficient the system comes, and the more persons can become financially independent. It will work out to all of us benefit. So this is how we play our part, and this is the third year that we are hosting this forum, and we expect it to be the most successful one we would have had, because when we look at the numbers that we have registered, I said to you we have 75 persons. I'm being conservative, right?
Yeah.
We actually have more. Things happen on the day. You may not have everyone being able to attend, but we are happy to share knowledge and to play our part to help to add value to persons and to see them grow.
One thing I'd say to you, next time when you're having the function, I know you're going to have, as usual, you have the Grenville Credit Union has a great following of local artists. So next time you might have to do something, put a package together, for them to perform, a couple of them to perform, and not a jump, but you have a couple of them to perform so that we can sit and clap nicely and stuff like that.
We let me tell you this: we don't only have soca artists in terms of our portfolio. You may just be in for a surprise.
Well, that's good. That's good to
Yeah.
hear. So Devon, finally, again, remind persons as to when this is going to start so that nobody misses a button on this one.
It's this Thursday, March 26th, at the Grenada Trade Center, and we ask you to be there by 9:30 for the registration process. We start at 10. We intend to have a prompt start. It's a whole day event.
It's a whole day event.
Yes.
All right, Dev, take care of yourself. Yeah.
Just before I run, if you may allow me, I just wanted to use your platform just to express condolences to one of our members who have passed, Miss Linda Toussaint. I think I learned that she's actually burying this week.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it's the same day that we have the forum. Miss Toussaint has been a long-standing member of this credit union, and I've never missed. You know that one of our flagship events at the end of the year is our seniors bus tour, right? And even though she has her challenges, she has never missed one of our seniors bus tour. Unfortunately, we will not be able to attend the funeral. I think it's on Thursday, right?
Yes, it is on Thursday. That is why I am coming to the event, but I have to leave at the break because I have to. She's more to me than just another lady in the community.
Okay.
She's been like a mother to me all my life.
Okay.
And so I'd have to leave you at the half and
Yeah.
come up to attend the funeral.
So just to express condolences to our family and ask them to stay strong. And
Well,
so
I'll probably do that for you because I'm supposed to do a tribute. So I'll probably in my tribute I'll probably do so and bring condolences to the family from the Grenville Cooperative Credit Union.
So let's say that you won't probably, you will do that on our behalf.
Who's paying that, Deba?
That's how we get things done, Andrew. I mean,
I got you, bro. I got you. You know I got you on that one.
Yes.
So, nonetheless, take care, of yourself, bro, and have a wonderful day, okay?
Thank you. All the best, and see you on Thursday.
Yeah, great.
Have a good day.
Good. Bye-bye. It's real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.drealfmgrenada.com. Broadcasting from studios located Main Street, Sateers, inside a beautiful historical St. Patrick. My name, of course, Andre Donald. And we've got the news coming up in a couple of ticks. Yes, we do. We've got news and some great music after that, ain't it?
Cultural pride and the power of radio to amplify voices in Grenada.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.